everyone, this is Adam with the Game Good Arcade, here to do a special recording of the Spectre Files Deathstalker. So if you need to get some background on this one, then I've got another video on our channel that gets into the history of that really quick. But yeah, this is a direct capture. Now, because the way that the setup is on this arcade cabinet, and this is pretty common, there's no audio through the HDMI, so I have to capture that separately, so that will be captured through the camera here. So you will hear some audio from some of the other games that are on right now, although I did try to turn a couple of them off, like Darius that's right next, so that it doesn't bleed over into it, but you'll probably still hear some other things. But either way, I'll get the camera set up for that and enjoy the Spectre Files. Now, also as I mentioned in the other video, this game can be pretty long, and the great thing about it is every time I played it, it's been different. I don't always make the exact same choices every time. I haven't figured out the mystery, so to speak, so this could be kind of long. I'm not 100% sure. I think the longest I played is a little over 20 minutes. So that's what's great about this game, is there's just so much stuff in it. But let's just get to it and enjoy.
You learn two things in detective school. First, always keep your files neat and orderly. And second, a case that involves a missing blonde will inevitably drive you to drink. Still, something about this case intrigued me. Besides, I was between clients at the time, and certain bill collectors were starting to get ugly. The papers said she was last seen in Hatchet Hollow, walking her chihuahua through a nearby graveyard. Not much to go on, but I had to start somewhere.
Ed, there's a gentleman out here to see you. It looks like he wants money. Do you want me to show him in, or do you want to go out the window again?
I will show him in. Or, yeah, meet the gentleman.
He wanted money, all right,
Thank you, Mr.
but it was
Spectre.
for a good cause.
All proceeds go to the orphanage and are, of course, tax deductible. I don't mean to pry, but your secretary mentioned that you might be driving out to Hatchet Hollow tonight. It's a very evil place. I want you to have this. It may save your life. It's a vial of holy water. $12. Tax deductible.
I'll have another drink.
I decided to take a few moments to organize my thoughts, so I poured myself another drink and began to read. I passed out sometime around midnight.
As I slowly regained consciousness, I was touched by my secretary's concern.
Ed, are you all right?
Poor kid was crazy about me.
Don't you think you ought to start looking for that girl? I mean, I'd like to get paid this week too, you know.
Well, the 80s business attire. Just gathering clues, babe.
The Hatchet Institute was founded by a Nobel Prize-winning scientist who disappeared in the late 50s, leaving the place deserted for nearly 30 years. I walked up the creaking front steps and turned the knob. Locked.
Let's look under the mat.
Naturally, there was a key that fit the front door under the mat. The stench was awful. It was like entering a tomb. There were rotting stairs to my right and a room to my left, and I felt a cold chill on the back of my neck.
Let's carefully climb the stairs.
As I ascended the rotting staircase, I began to feel as if I were being followed. From the top of the stairs, I could see a woman below.
Let's use the holy water.
Her skin erupted as the water splashed onto her. The stench was awful. The second floor looked dark and uninviting.
Let's try this one.
My fear faded as I fled. I felt fine till I fell. So I flipped over and found I'd been followed by a fanged femme fatale with a fried finger.
Let's try and use that again.
It wasn't till I cut my hand on the broken glass that I realized that the bottle of holy water wasn't shatterproof.
Oops. I didn't do that last time.
I don't know how long I was out, but someone or something had dragged me to a cellar below Der Hatchet Manor. As I struggled to clear my head, I clicked on my flashlight and looked around. Any fool could see that the place had more than its share of dingbats, and I was no exception.
Let's explore the cellar.
It was there, in the cellar, that I discovered the little man with the evil grin.
I stalked the couch of your arrival. He insists that you stay for dinner. Would you like that?
Goons around.
He fell for it, so I took the opportunity to bash him in the chops. I never hit a man when he's down, but I knew I should have made an exception when I felt his fingers on my throat.
Flip him over backwards.
I flipped him into his coal bin and ran into the darkness. I found myself ascending a steep, circular stairway, when a green ghoul in a rented tuxedo made a dramatic entrance.
One thing I recall is if you make a rude gesture, then you'll find the Egyptology place.
I wandered into what looked like an ancient Egyptian low-rent housing project.
Let's see if I can do better on this one this time. Let's examine the flags.
I could make out curse, ham, honor, I. The curse of Hammon Rye. When I turned to leave, I saw someone blocking the door. Obviously, the tomb's present resident. Just then, I spotted a prowler at the window.
Let's try hiding.
I hid behind a bush and watched him ransack the tomb. Apparently, the basket had a curse on it. The curse of Hammon or I.
Let's see what the mummy does.
I watched in silence as the basket was filled with jewels by the mummy of Hammon Rai, who nearly got grilled in the process.
Let's assume the jewels are a gift.
While the mummy watched from the doorway, I examined the contents of the basket.
Let's examine the jewels.
Another booby trap.
Let's grab the jewels and go.
I removed the jewels and left the room. On the steps above me, a green ghoul gestured gracefully.
Let's compliment him.
I approached the zombie reluctantly and asked him who his tailor was. His response was to push me backwards into a rickety old freight elevator.
What floor, please?
Surprise me.
First floor, everybody out. Watch the door.
We arrived on the first floor and I got off. I could hear faint piano music coming from somewhere.
So straight.
The next room I came to had nothing in it. There was an old freezer on one side and a wall full of potions on the other.
Evil potions.
Just as I started to examine them, I heard a scream. Ignoring the fumes, I opened the freezer, only to find another prisoner of this horrible place.
So this is actually Brian Collin, the guy who was
Thank you very much. You're
the
beautiful
designer of
for
this
another
game.
damn cool. Man, I thought I was gonna be stuck in here forever, man. There are some crazy people running around this house, man. Couple of chicks you gotta watch out for. You know, today's Thursday, I gotta be at a Jefferson Airplane concert on Thursday. Well, I gotta get back to my brother's house. He lives in Fresno. You wouldn't have a car by any chance. You wouldn't be going near Fresno area. Fresno's really not that far. Who put this tag on my foot?
He was, unfortunately, an obnoxious jerk who didn't have anything intelligent to
You
offer.
want money or a cigarette? What are you, crazy? I mean, I couldn't get out of this box. How am I supposed to know how to get out of the house? No, man, don't leave, man. Look, just give me $5, man. $5 will give me my sister's house, and I'll leave you alone, I swear.
He
Unless you're
just
evil.
wouldn't let me go.
Hey, man, you don't want to be messing with those chemicals, man. They're bad for your karma.
I read the labels. Extra strength potion, instant steak pill, anti-grav tablets.
Let's take an instant steak.
wasn't hungry now, but an instant steak might come in handy later.
Hey man, like, I don't mean to be rude, you know, but like, there's something in here that smells almost worse than I do, you know?
He did have a point.
Let's give him a few bucks and get out of here.
I gave him $5 and left.
Let's continue down the hallway.
As I ran into the next room, I heard the scream again.
Let's keep moving forward. I went in the hallway once and got hit in the face.
I ran through the door and found myself near the elevator. I pushed the button and waited.
There was a green door to my left and a stairway to my right.
Never been here before. Let's hide behind the green door.
I walked over and opened the green door. The last thing I remember is staring at the hole in his chest where a steak should have been.
Oops.
I woke up with the feeling that I was at the end of my rope. When I realized that I was fit to be tied. The situation was bad and my life hung in the balance. But this was no time for reflection.
Mr. Spectre, did you have a nice nap? I'm so glad you decided to hang around. Well, the only reason why you're alive is because the master prefers a hot lunch to cold cuts.
Have some instant steak. Let's do something clever.
I was trying to think of a diversion when I lost my footing. The whole world started to slip away as the rope bit into my neck. When I got up, I saw that the pipe had made quite an impression on Laughing Boy.
Let's make good use of the rope.
I told Laughing Boy he was bound to be out of circulation for a while, but he didn't appreciate the gag.
Let's explore the nearest room.
The next room contained an old writing desk under the Der Hatchet family crest. On the desk were many items of interest.
Decipher the runes.
Just as I picked up the
Gotta go
papers,
from the other game, of course.
the candle lit itself, and a funky phantom friar floated into the room.
Burn his papers. That always works.
As the parchment went up in smoke, likewise did the phantom.
Keep searching for Buffalo. hop into that one before.
The room I next entered was obviously a library of some sort. There was a door to my left, another dead ahead, but most of the action was taking place in the kitchen on my right, where someone was practicing a bizarre form of culinary preparation.
Now this might be a bad idea. Let's go to the kitchen.
I couldn't put my finger on it, but there was something odd about the woman in the kitchen.
If you're hungry, get it yourself! There ain't no room service in this hotel!
I think maybe it was her 3-day beard.
Let's look in the fridge.
Inside the cupboard was a rose, a clove of garlic, and a couple of potatoes.
Grab the garlic.
I reached in and took the clove of garlic.
Come on now, you're spoiling your appetite!
I came to in an attic. Someone or something was sitting across the attic from me.
At long last, the detective decides to pay a visit to his host. Have you enjoyed our hospitality so far?
It was difficult not to listen. His voice had a strong hypnotic effect.
We've never been introduced.
You don't know me, but I know you. Each time you lapse in consciousness, I get to know you a little better. Come, sit, drink with me. It's something I picked out close to your heart.
That was my blood he was sucking on.
Jerk. Let's check my pockets.
Quickly, I checked my pockets.
What's that in your hand? Give it to me.
Let's toss him a jewel.
I threw it in his mouth, expecting him to choke to death. But instead...
Very tasty.
Darn.
When I looked in his eyes, I knew I had failed. I was powerless to resist him.
Instant steak to throw in his throat. Oh, that is this version of the Spectre Files Deathstalker. As I mentioned, there is a lot in this game. So you can come back to it, play it, and every time I played it, I probably played it about 10, 15 times now. It's different every time because you don't always make the exact same choices. And there's new things to discover, which I did find a couple of instances here today. So yeah, this game is very entertaining, a lot of fun. And this is very handy too. It shows you what you've gotten. And as you can see, I did miss quite a lot. The gangster would be one that I didn't come across this time. So yeah, that is the Spectre Files Deathstalker, and let's see if you can come in and also beat my score. So I now hold all the scores on the top row, but or the top 5 scores. But I'm sure some of you out there can outdo me and maybe solve the mystery. So that is the Spectre Files Deathstalker. Thanks for watching, and check it out at the Valley Fair Mall in West Valley City, Utah at the Game Grid Arcade. Thanks for watching.